I saw The Black Phone for free in theaters, and it was only barely worth the price of admission. The Black Phone. The Black Phone. Let me call kids that are dead and alone. The Black Phone is actually a really good movie if you leave the theater 15 minutes before it's over and make up an ending in your head. This movie may as well have been called The Build-Up, because the entire runtime they're just putting little things in place that are supposed to be building up to this extravagant ending. So you can imagine my disappointment when two of the most integral plot points just didn't matter at all in the end and were explained away with a simple cop-out ending. And it's all the more disappointing because that build-up is actually really good in my opinion. This movie review is going to be basically spoiler-free as I don't have too much to say about this movie, but if you want to go in completely blind even to the concept, this is probably your time to leave. Alright, now that all the stinky losers are gone, the basic concept of this movie is that there's a kidnapper in town that's serially abducting kids never to be seen again. We follow Finney, a kid that, for lack of a better phrase, is just destined to get abducted. He's heard all the horror stories about his friends getting kidnapped in town, and then he just goes up to some guy in a black van and helps him pick up some eggs. He's like the most stranger danger guy ever. He's got a black top hat on with face paint, and when he drops the eggs, he's just like, please help me out, I dropped all my eggs. So to some extent, I blame Finney for getting kidnapped. So when he inevitably does get kidnapped, he gets thrown into this concrete basement with nothing but a bed on the floor and a disconnected black phone on the wall, which the kidnapper assures Finney doesn't work and hasn't worked for years. But this movie is called The Black Phone, so if it didn't work, there probably wouldn't be too much of a plot going on here. So the phone rings, and on the other end are the voices of kids who got kidnapped and killed before, and they all give Finney little clues on how to escape, letting him know what they did wrong so he can be the success to their collective failure. Pretty cool concept, right? Good thing this movie is made by a studio that excels at taking good concepts and making good movies out of them, right? Right? Oh gosh darn it, Jason Blum, you always know how to ruin my life. If you're not aware, Blumhouse is a major horror movie pump and dump scheme that makes these good concepts into bad to subpar movies 90% of the time, and completely takes a dump on creative expression. However, once in a blue moon, they do make a good to great movie, so when I saw the trailer for this one, I got really excited. And if I'm being totally honest, this movie was good to great for 90% of it. The shot composition was amazing, none of the child actors brought me out of the story, the villain was the correct amount of mysterious and creepy to pull me in, and there was a lot all going on at once that, if done right in the ending, could have genuinely made this a top 5 movie for me this year. But that's not usually how it goes with good old Blumpkin Patch, so instead we just got another mediocre horror movie to add to the shelf of disappointment. Boo! Boo, Jason Blum! This video was really short, because there wasn't a lot to say about this movie. I mean, I could have gone more negative, I could have gone into plot points, but I didn't really see a point at this point. I don't like Blumhouse movies, and I think that's just how it's always gonna be. Every once in a while, they surprise me and make a good one, but that hasn't happened in like 4 years, so I don't know, maybe it'll come back like the Olympics. This movie is really hard to give a number score to, because it was still good and enjoyable for 90% of the runtime, but that entire runtime was meant to be leading up to this ending that was just total dog water. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. But it genuinely had 9.5 potential if the ending was just a little bit better. Anyways, that's about it for me. These types of videos are a lot easier to make than the other ones, so expect a lot more of these in the future. They also let me say what I want to say about movies that just came out without having to wait for them to be released on digital, so that's always a plus too. I'm not 4 years behind movies that I want to review. Well, without further ado, I'm gonna get on my high horse on out of here.